All right, we are live. This is episode number 20 of Savages in the Bronx, live from Studio 54 in New Jersey, specifically the Jersey Shore, and REM Studio in Staten Island, New York, airing exclusively on Twitch and powered by StreamYard. And welcome back to the show on this Monday, August the 16th, 2021. I'm your host, Rich Rivera, and I'm being joined by a wannabe DJ Paulie, Tom Wospil, because Tom has brought Studio 54 on the road with him.
You could have said Studio 54 down the shore, but you fucked it up.
Yeah, I fucked it up. Whatever.
You did.
Mobile Studio 54.
Mobile Studio for 2 weeks. Gonna be down here. Staying on the grind though. Ready to grind.
Yeah, I mean, this is Tom. This is the level of commitment we have here from Tom. The moment I'm like, I'm away, I'm like, I'm not doing a show. But that's the difference we're talking here. Tom is the star of this program.
Absolutely. And don't you ever forget it.
Tom, what are you doing in Jersey Shore, man?
The first few days I'm actually working. I got my work set up down here, so I'm doing some work. The rest of the time, just kind of hanging out. Gotta do a little bit of AC. Maybe a little bit of beach days, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of sitting by the pool, nothing too crazy. Need some time off, so gonna be taking that.
In about a week and a half, I won't be too far from you. I'll be down in Cape May for the following weekend, so that'll be fun. Yeah, good Jersey Shore plans or tip of Jersey or beach days, and the summer is already dwindling down to its final days. It's crazy. This year is flying, man. Already August 16th.
Sure is.
Following probably our worst heat wave of the summer. And pumpkin spice lattes are back at Dunkin' Donuts, folks.
Oh, I cannot wait. I was at the liquor store today, and I saw they have the pumpkin beers back. Love pumpkin, absolutely love it. So I'm all in.
You're a pumpkin basic bitch too.
I'm the most basic of basic bitches when it comes to pumpkin spice. I fucking love it. So I'm ready for Starbucks to bring back the pumpkin cold foam. I'm ready for the Shipyard pumpkin ale. It's delicious.
Ooh, okay, never
ready for it's very good. I'm ready for it all. I'm here. I'm ready for fall.
I'm fucking here for it, man. That warms my heart like a PSL at Starbucks or a nice pair of warm yoga pants or a nice day at the fucking pumpkin patch. It's just, wow. It's great to hear, man. But we'll get into hashtag fall things in a few weeks. We're still in the summer, and with the summer comes baseball, and Yankee baseball in particular has been great. And I host the show. I was telling Tom before the show, this is probably the best I felt about this team going into an episode of Savages in the Bronx. Now, they said that they'll probably get crushed tonight. But right now, they're currently in the lead 2-1.
Another Gallo home run, right?
Unless my internet is slow. Joey Gallo, pal Joey, with another
pal Joey
to the moon. Cut the mozzarella if you like to say it. But Joey Gallo, man, looking great. Hitting ding dongs. We love to see it. And we got the corn stalks up here in the studio. Now this is the first and only because we're obviously following that Field of Dreams game that many Yankee fans don't want to talk about. But damn, Tom, that was a hell of a game regardless.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think there's a lot of good to talk about from that game. Andrew Heaney, bad. Is Andrew Heaney going to pitch any important games in September or hopefully October? No. So don't care. Don't care what Andrew Heaney did. Thank you for your service. Whatever. Yankee offense looked good, though, and that's the problem this team has had. Even, the past few series, they've now won, I think, 10 of 11 series, so they're on fire, but the offense has been struggling still. It's been really led by the starting pitching and, the bullpen, which I'm sure we'll talk about here. Heaney was bad, but I don't really care about that. The offense looked good in that game. They fought back, and the even beyond Heaney, the Yankees pitched one guy in that game. There was one inning pitched by someone who could pitch important innings for them down the stretch, which was Zach Britton, which was bad. But the White Sox threw everything. They threw Kopech. They threw, Lance Lynn started. They threw, Hendricks got rocked again by the Yankees. They threw Kimbrel. Yeah, all so they put everything out there, and the Yankees damn well could have won that game. Judge is looking hot again right now. Obviously, he's always looking hot with those teeth fixed.
Oh yes, those
Stanton's starting to look good again. Team looks ready to roll.
He looks ready to roll, and it also it's fucking great that they did what they did with the guys that they didn't have on the team. The guys on the COVID IL, the guys who are hurt, the guys who are all it looks like everybody's rehabbing with the Somerset Patriots. Good for that organization because damn, like that's cool for the fans. But it's crazy to see what they're doing against arguably the best team in the American League. And the Yankees took the White Sox to the limit. All 6 of the games they play in this year, they beat them in 5 of them and almost had them for 6. It's incredible baseball that they're playing. And now you can only wonder how this team's going to look with the troops back. When you have, obviously, Cole's going tonight. And so far, so good. It's a 2-1 game, so he's doing his job. Anthony Rizzo's due to come back soon. Montgomery's going to be on the bump tomorrow. Gary Sanchez is going to be on the way. I haven't heard anything on Gio Urshela. I don't know what's going on with him. I guess he's not looking as great. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, we haven't heard a lot about him recently, so it's interesting, and it'll be interesting. I think I mean, not that it's an original term, but I think Jack Curry's been calling the Death Star lineup. Once they're gonna roll that out with Gary, Rizzo at first, DJ at second, Glaber at short, Gio at third, and then the outfield you get Stanton, Gallo, Judge, you get Voit at DH, and then you just tell a team good luck. Now, granted, if they just throw a bunch of, if they can strike a bunch of guys out, because a lot of strikeouts in that lineup, but still, that lineup's ready to mash, and they will mash mistakes.
And according to our ticker under our Bronx is burning right now, one of those guys who may not be rejoining this team for the foreseeable future, and it's just been a theme every year with him, it's Luis Severino. And Severino, again, another setback, pulled from his rehab start that he was supposed to have with the AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders on Friday, and revealed he had some tightness in his shoulder, which he's getting an MRI, or he got an MRI for today, but they haven't disclosed what the severity is of his shoulder, which is it's weird because this is a team that's always kind of said like, hey, like this is the shit, but they're keeping it on the down low. So not sure what's happening in Severino camp.
Yeah, I think at this point, if he comes back, you look at it as a bonus. I don't think you can count on him coming back. Kluber is more likely. I know he pitched one game and got absolutely rocked.
And I was there for it live.
You were there for it. Not good for Corey. But it's first time pitching in a while. It's going to take him a little bit of time. He was if you remember, pretty bad the first 2 starts, with the Yankees this year. So, maybe he just needs a little bit of time to work back up to that no-hitter stuff. We just keep him getting warm, and then wild card game, throw Kluber no-hitter.
I mean, like I said, I was at that game. He definitely didn't look like Corey Kluber. And again, I think you're putting a lot of pressure on a 35-year-old starting pitcher that hasn't thrown since May against actual batters here. So he did have a couple of strikeouts in there. Those are nice, but he was getting hit hard by AA bats. And that also, by the way, that was a crazy game on Thursday that I went to. The Patriots had like a 5-1 lead. They took they scored 5 runs in the first inning. They knocked out the starting pitcher on the AA Portland, and then the very next inning, the Patriots gave them 6 runs, and Portland took the lead, and they held on. They won 8-7. Chris Gittins hit a 2-run home run in that game.
Hard hitting Chris Gittins.
So it was nice to see all that. But Kluber did not look great. So obviously he's due for another couple starts in the minors before he makes his way back to the major league level. But yeah, and then there was the note on Clint Frazier. Obviously, not good. They took him off the rehab assignment. So they don't know when he's supposed to go back into baseball play.
They still don't know why he was taken. People have speculated it could be still the issues he had with possible vertigo or eyesight issues, but I don't think Yankees have said anything yet. So we're kind of just guessing at this point. Well, again, he's another guy that, in all honesty, he comes back. He doesn't really have a spot on this team anyway. He's not going to be starting. Honestly, he probably doesn't. If the playoffs started today and the Yankees were in it, I don't think he'd make the postseason roster because he's not going to start in the outfield. Right. he's not going to be a defensive replacement in the outfield.
Correct.
So he doesn't have a spot on this team. And I don't, I like Clint Frazier, but
yeah,
he doesn't have a spot coming back. He's
right.
He'd be on the bench in the regular season and not on a postseason roster. So,
and I think in a way, I was more rooting to see the player again for September call-ups, just to see, because obviously you have the extended roster, so you can see what these guys can give you down the stretch. Maybe Frazier can give you a couple ticks on his trade value, but yeah, just the Clint Frazier's time with the Yankees is definitely coming down to the wire, given injuries or what other chance. But it's a damn shame. It's a sad story for Mr. Frazier. You just hope for the best.
For sure.
We're going to move on here, though, from the Bronx is burning, as we just had really injury notes there. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe. And Savage and Bronx on YouTube. And that's where our full episodes are and our short clips, like our extra innings episodes when we covered the trade deadline. So you go check that out. Also, make sure to check out my friend over at Sincerely Allie Studio, who's the great sponsor of our program, of course. And Sincerely Allie, since 2020, has been customizing everything from candles to wine glasses to coffee mugs. And one of her candles that she had recently released, called Mangoes and Coconuts, netted her this 5-star review stating, and I quote, "This candle smells of eating a mango on the beach in Mexico. It's such a lovely scent." Such a raving review for Allie. All of her candles smell fantastic. So obviously you can purchase that on her Etsy page, which is at the bottom of our ticker there at Sincerely Allie Studio. Also follow her on Instagram as well at sincerely.allie. For all things for your self-care needs, Sincerely Allie. So, Sincerely Allie will stay here on our show because they're going to sponsor our next segment, which is the Yankees all-time lineups, which Tom and I haven't really done much of. We've had a couple of cool ones that we've done where we'll take certain criteria and build an all-time lineup of active, inactive players, retired players. But sticking with the Field of Dreams theme, obviously we have the cornfield in the background behind us, but we're going to talk about a Field of Dreams Yankee team. So simple criteria here, obviously had, their tenure with their tenure had been with the Yankees, more importantly. And it's a Field of Dreams team. So unfortunately, these are players that have passed on. But we opened the floor up to Hall of Famers and greats. And it actually was tough because a lot of positions that we would say, oh, this is the best person at this position to play this team is still alive. So this is it. We have the Yankees Field of Dreams team, Tom.
Yeah, Rich called me on Saturday. I was golfing, and he goes, "We're gonna do a Field of Dreams lineup on Monday." I said, "Okay." I'm like, "Does that mean they're dead?" He's like, "Yeah." Okay, got it.
No, this is
talk to you Monday.
So the PG version is it's the Field of Dreams team. The PG-13 version is this is the old dead Yankees team, unfortunately. But it's a legendary team. It's a legendary lineup that Tom and I put together, and we're excited to reveal it. So, Tom, start us off at the catching position.
Catcher, the Yankees have three, honestly, legendary catchers who are no longer with us. So this is 4, actually. Wow, there's a lot of all-time. Yankees are a team of catchers. Team of catchers. If you really look at it, their history, unbelievable catchers. Anyway, we went with the best of those, and we went with Yogi. Yogi Berra is arguably the best catcher of all time. I know there's a lot of argument for Johnny Bench, and rightfully so. But Yogi Berra is in the argument, one of the greatest winners of all time. So we got Mr. Berra behind the dish.
Yes, Yogi Berra behind the plate. He doesn't have a museum for nothing, man. He's a legend in the game, legend at the position, and a tough one. They have Yankees were blessed with all these fantastic catchers over time. There is a fucking huge ant that just crawled out of the goddamn window.
Out of your asshole?
Out of the window. I didn't say out of my asshole. What?
Why'd you put cookies up your asshole?
I said out of the fucking window.
I don't know why you have so many crumbs up your butt, but that's probably why you have ants.
Hemorrhoids, man. Where the fuck?
Usually just crabs.
Where did he go? He just disappeared. He was just there. The fucking Ant-Man? All right, whatever. Moving on. At first base, Lou Gehrig. This is a no-brainer. A couple of these were obviously no-brainers, but Lou Gehrig definitely one I'd love to see come out of the fucking cornfield and play first base. Another good position the Yankees had in their history. Donnie Baseball, of course, Tino, Mark Teixeira, and now
yeah. A lot of the ones are I mean a lot of the Yankees
these guys are alive.
All-time first basemen. Yeah, a lot of them are alive, but they're alive. Even still, I don't care if all of them were alive.
Yeah,
Gehrig, all of them are dead, which obviously don't want that.
Yeah, right. So when we eventually do an all-time Yankees team, alive or dead, like pretty much most of these guys are on it. So second base, Tom, who do you got?
Second base, we have Joe Gordon, which is I think a name that not a lot of Yankee fans are familiar with. He doesn't get a lot of the the accolades of a lot of the other Yankees. But he played for the Yankees from 1938 to 1946, won an MVP with the Yankees. Didn't play in 44 and 45 because he was killing Nazis. So good on him there. He's part of five-time world champion, 9-time All-Star, and also get granted his resume speaks for itself. I think as we've done all-time lineups before for the Yankees second base all-time is not the strongest. There's not actually a lot of great second basemen in our history. Joe Gordon is definitely one of them, and is making our team.
Yes, Joe Gordon. Another guy I'd considered was Tony Lazzeri. Lazzeri also a Hall of Famer. So Yankees had some solid second basemen back in the day. At third base, this was by far the toughest one to figure out. Because there wasn't a for sure person there. Obviously, in Yankees history, we've had this conversation before. We've talked about A-Rod, we've talked about Greg Nettles, we talked Scott Brocious, but obviously they're not. Their criteria doesn't meet the Field of Dreams team for obvious reasons. So we went with Red Rolf. Great name to fucking mention here. Red Rolf played with the Yankees for his full career from 1931 to 1942. He was a 4-time All-Star with a career batting average of .289. So solid production from Rolf. Not a Hall of Famer, but he did win 5 World Series, and he's one of the only Yankees not named Derek Jeter to wear number 2. So Red Rolf playing third base for the Field of Dreams team. Tom, who's at shortstop?
At shortstop, we have the Suitor, Phil Rizzuto. Rizzuto? No, those are Z's. Phil Rizzuto at shortstop, just iconic Yankee. He played his entire career with the Yankee. Again, he missed 3 years because of that whole World War thing. Played 13 years with the Yankees. Another MVP, 7-time world champ, 5-time All-Star, Hall of Famer. And if we were going to include the broadcast booth, I think you got to put Rizzuto in there as well.
Yeah.
He's someone who he's a Yankee lifer, almost more than anyone else. So Rizzuto at short.
If I had to make a Field of Dreams booth, 3-man booth, right? I would go Mel Allen,
obviously,
Phil Rizzuto, and Bobby Mercer.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bobby. Yeah,
I'd say that's the team. That is, without a doubt, that is the team for me.
That would be a booth.
That would be a booth, man.
That'd be something.
Yankee fans were blessed. If you were watching Yankee games like early 2000s, mid 2000s, and got Bobby Mercer as a color commentator, he was one of the best ones they've had in that Yes booth.
He was, and you know what? Yankee fans are also still blessed. I don't stand here for clowns who crap on Michael Kay. Michael Kay is the best. I love the K-ster. I don't stand for people attacking him.
Right. I am a Michael Kay fan, considering he was a coworker of mine at a point. But yes, no hate towards Michael Kay. Love that guy. Outfield, Tom. I guess I'll just give you all 3 of them here.
Names you know.
Huh?
I said names you're gonna know.
Names you're gonna know. Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth. Pretty fucking good outfield.
Pretty powerful and good outfield.
Yes, sir. I kind of like it. There was no debate on the 3 outfielders I wanted to go with. I kind of thought like maybe I can make it hard for myself and pick guys who primarily played certain positions. The Maggio was primarily a center fielder. Babe Ruth could, you could swing him left field or right field. But I was like, nah, let's make this a killer team. So Ruth, Mantle, DiMaggio. Tom, who do you have at designated hitter though? I mean, this is kind of like a flex for us, but
it's a bit of a flex, though. There were some options in here. Again, we talked about how rich the Yankee history is with catchers. And again, there's still more other catchers who didn't make the squad here, or at least on the starting squad. We own Elston Howard as our starting DH.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy, another former MVP, spent 13 years with the Yankees, moved on at the end of his career to play a little bit with the Sox. Another Hall of Famer, multiple time, or not a Hall of Famer. Elston Howard's not in the Hall of Fame. What?
Elston Howard is a Hall of Famer? No, there's no way.
Not according to his baseball reference page.
Oh fuck! What the?
Although
hell?
looking at his,
how is he not a Hall of Fame? Is he like not? Let's take a look.
I mean, there's the yellow thing on top of.
He's only the one-time MVP, won the 12-time All-Star. I mean, I feel like that's like a,
especially at that time.
Again, those are also at the time when they had the 2 All-Star games.
Yeah,
but still.
I mean, I will say if you look at his all-time numbers and like, listen, we're not going to do it. Elston Howard is our starting DH, but if you look at his all-time numbers, a lot of them aren't as flashy. He's a 27 career WAR. OPS plus of 107. Again, the plus stats 100 is average, so that means he was slightly above average with OPS. Kind of a different game back then, but 274 batting average. Yeah, so yeah, not in the Hall of Fame. But you know what? He's coming out of our cornfield. Yeah, I am also shocked on that. I just assumed he was a Hall of Famer.
And like, and again, there's like a bunch of honorable mentions that we went through. A lot of them non-Hall of Famers, but Elston seemed like the proper guy to put in that, given his body of work. I'm surprised he's not in the Hall of Fame. That's news to both of us that host a Yankee podcast. Shame on us.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed that he was there.
Tom, while you're swinging a hot bat, who's the starting pitcher of this team?
Starting pitcher, we have the Diamond Dynasty signature card of Whitey Ford. Yes. Whitey Ford is our I mean, nowadays. Yeah, we got Whitey Ford, certainly a Hall of Famer, Cy Young Award winner, 6-time All-Star, 2-time ERA champ, 1 World Series MVP, chairman of the board, greatest Yankee starting pitcher of all time. Whitey Ford.
All right. The chairman of the board. No question about it. Great starting pitchers in Yankees history. Red Ruffing and Herb Pennock and Lefty Gomez, but Whitey Ford's got to be our guy here. Closing pitcher. This was a tough one. The only guy I had any shot of taking here was Johnny Murphy, who many Yankee fans who are tuning into our podcast, which are not many, are like, holy shit, who the fuck is Johnny Murphy? What year did he play in? 1932 to 1947. Yes, relief pitchers existed then. That's wild to me, right? He did have a few starts, but he did pitch in relief. He was a saves leader for 4 seasons with the Bronx Bombers. He was an all-star from 1937 to 1939. And according to a few lists, even if you go on like, if you just look up some of the greatest Yankees relievers of all time, Murphy's in the top 5. And, you hear, obviously, Mariano and Goose Gossage and my good pal Sparky Lyle. But Johnny Murphy's right there with him. Given the time frame, I mean, it's kind of surprising that there was a bullpen back in the 30s, Tom. But Johnny Murphy's our guy here.
He is. He sure is.
Lastly, I should have mentioned it from the top, but we should give this team a manager. And there's a couple of choices that we can go with here. A couple of good guys.
You probably have to go Stengel.
You could go Stengel, but you can go with the winningest manager in Yankees history, Joe McCarthy.
Could go Joe McCarthy,
who's a Hall of Famer. So there's a couple of guys.
I'll tell you this. I was going to say, listen, Billy Martin, we don't want to manage the team. I want Billy Martin as our third base coach. Would love his energy. Would love to see him just windmilling Just come on, DiMaggio, get home.
All right, so
love to see him there.
For the hell of it, we'll say McCarthy is the manager.
Stengel at bench coach, or not bench coach. First base coach doesn't count. I mean, I could coach first in the majors.
Mel Stottlemyre should be the pitching coach, though. Give me Mel. I'll take him as the pitching coach on this team. And with that, I think that was it. I think that is our team, our Field of Dreams team. And for those of you who missed all of it, here it is, our Field of Dreams team with that beautiful Broadway font that you see right there. That's just something out of movies, and it looks fantastic with the corn right behind it. But here's our lineup here. We got we have Rizzuto leading off. Phil Rizzuto leading off at shortstop, Mickey Mantle, then Babe, Lou Gehrig, the back-to-back lefties as they had it back in the day. Joe DiMaggio, Joe D hitting fifth. Yogi Berra, Elston Howard, Joe Gordon, Red Rolf. This is what Tom has called a pitcher's nightmare here, or this
Lord,
fucking damn matchup nightmare that is. A righty switch, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, righty, lefty. God, that is a dangerous dead lineup right there. Field of Dreams, baby. That is the Field of Dreams lineup, Tom. We did it.
We did it. Sure did.
So there you go. Our Field of Dreams team. Tell us about your Field of Dreams team. How did we do? You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well, and give us your comments. Who do we miss? Let us know, not only in our Twitch chat, but on Twitter. At Savages Bronx. You can follow Tom at
Wospil54.
And you can follow me at Rich J. Rivera, as always. And Tom, we're about the end of the show, which means it's time for a fun segment that we haven't done in a while. Player to be named later. Tom and I are going to try to stump each other with a random-ass Yankee, active, inactive, dead or alive, Hall of Famer, non-Hall of Famer, or Elston Howard category that we didn't know of until tonight's show. But Tom, I'm actually going to start you off. I usually have you go first, but I'm going to start you off with your guy.
You just have to pay for that.
All right, here we go. So your guy pitched for the Yankees for 3 seasons from 2008 to 2010 out of the bullpen.
Oh, God. I mean, World Series champ.
Correct.
Thank you. I do feel good about knowing that. All right, I need a little more than that.
Surprisingly, in the year that he was on the World Series team and part of the World Series run, he had an ERA of 9.45, and he wore the number 43.
43. Oh God, they give like 43 to so many just bad Yankees. I feel like
Fabs, you are incorrect. It is not Jabba Chamberlain.
Jabba, Alex, Jabba.
Not Jabba Chamberlain. I think that might have been the correct time frame though, but no, I think Jabba pitched in 2007. So 08 to 10, bullpen.
08 to 10.
Wore number 43. He was a left-handed reliever, if that helped.
The left-handed reliever.
I'll give you one more because I'm really running out of stuff for this guy because he wasn't an all-star. He didn't have any real acclamations besides winning the World Series. This guy was acquired in a trade with the Pittsburgh Pirates along with Xavier Nady back in 2008.
Are we talking Mark, did we get Mark Melancon from the?
No, Mark Melancon was a Yankee. Mark Melancon was a Yankee that we sent off. We didn't acquire Mark Melancon, unfortunately.
Okay.
That deal actually was sent out. Jeff Karstens, Ross Ollendorf, Jose Tabata, and Daniel McCutcheon to the Pirates for Xavier Nady. And this man, that Corey Fazza was hoping that he was going to get it right, but he got it wrong. That's not Phil. It's not Phil Koch, but good guess. Not Phil Koch.
Phil Koch.
Jeez.
Oh man.
All right, Thomas. I
don't got it. Don't got it today.
I don't think you have this one. It's Tommaso Martay.
Tommaso Martay. Wow.
Tommaso Martay. Like I said, Yankee from 08. He actually was a 2-time World Series champion. He won with the 2005 Chicago White Sox, where those were his better days. 1.58 ERA in 2003 and 71 games. Good numbers for Martay. He was, like I said, I'm pretty surprised by his numbers in the regular season because in the 2009 World Series run, he was a very reliable left-handed reliever they had.
Relievers are weird, man. They get streaky and like they'll have a moment and they can be lights out for 2 weeks and then all of a sudden can't find the strike zone again.
Yep.
So
Those numbers exactly before I talk out of my ass. He didn't give up a single run during his 2009 run, and he pitched in 8 games in that postseason. That's pretty impressive considering this current Yankee bullpen can barely hang on to a fucking 4-run lead. So
they need some time off. We need to get them some rest.
That's
thankfully,
true.
Thankfully, it looks like I'm assuming what's his name, Garrett Cole, that guy. He's still in the game.
Yeah, he's
still in the game, giving the Yankees a little bit of length today. Going into top 6 2-1 Yanks still.
And that's what you need to do. And again, there was like no excuse for the Yankees to try to take out guys that are pitching well if their pitch count's solid. I think it was the game that, what was it? It was one of the games that Tyone had pitched in recently. I don't know if it was the White Sox game or it was the Royals. I don't remember. And he was taken out like in an 87 pitch count. And it's like, we're trying to save our bullpen arms here. What are you guys doing here? It's very confusing how they use that.
Okay. Let's move into my guy here, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay. So my guy is a infielder. So he's an infielder. I played for the Yankees from 2015 2017.
Kelly Johnson.
Not Kelly Johnson. This is someone, he made his major league debut as a Yankee, so he did wear kind of multiple numbers. So I'll give you that as the next clue.
2015 2017, he made his debut with the Yankees, were multiple numbers.
He's someone came up, so like they gave him a number, he got sent down, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
came in, got some high numbers, then maybe eventually got like a lower number. Yeah. Kind of deal.
He's one of those guys.
Still in the majors today.
Yeah, I would think so. 2015, 2017, though. Fuck. Oh, I was gonna guess Chase Headley, but I would have been another year off, and he's no longer in the bigs.
Also, number 12 for the Yankees, I believe. Chase Headley,
which is also a Chase Headley number. Yeah. Who the hell? What else you got for me, Tom? Any other? I'm
just gonna give you kind of a little bit. Listen, when you do a lot of our clues are numbers and that kind of thing based. I'm gonna give you a different kind of clue. This person is basically the Hoy Park of the 2015 New York Yankees. Because
meaning he tore it up in the minors, they traded him, and then he went to go do wonders.
A lot of hype. Something Yankee Twitter was very electric about back in 2015. Very electric about him. Loved this person.
I mean, the guys I'm thinking of aren't infielders. They're not. It's not Jesus Montero. It's not Austin Jackson. And Austin Jackson didn't even play for the Yankees before he was dealt. Who the fuck is it? What team did he get traded to?
He got traded to the Jays.
Toronto.
He's jumped around a little bit since then. Tampa.
No, it's not Brandon Drury.
Tampa, Texas. No, not Brandon Drury. He's now currently with he's with the Minnesota Twins currently.
Oh shit. I think I know who it is. Rob Refsnyder. Wow, look at that.
Rob Refsnyder, the darling of Yankees Twitter. For those of you who are involved in Yankees Twitter back in 2014 and 2015, the hashtag what was it? It was like ref for NYY. Was a big Twitter trend on Yankees Twitter.
Yep.
It was, you got daily updates of what he was doing in the minors and how he needed to come up and how he was going to be this impact player, and didn't necessarily pan out for him. Although he's having actually a pretty good year in the game. He hasn't played a lot this year, but in the games he's got in, he's played in 27 games, 316 batting average.
Minnesota Twins now for Rob Refsnyder. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a good team to try to make any sort of impact with. I think that's a good thing about some of these teams that like have really given it up. You could see opportunities given to guys that were touted at one point and have a chance to really do some damage. I actually see it with the Chicago Cubs. This is more of like a leading off thing because obviously this is way off the Yankees. But I see it with the Chicago Cubs now with guys like Patrick Wisdom and Rafael Ortega, who have done good things for the Cubs now. But those are guys who were touted in their own systems and they just never panned out for a certain team. So you like seeing that kind of thing happen with those guys. Hell, you just mentioned Hoy Park. Hoy Park, I had to do a watch for because our former guest, Dan Sheckley, actually appeared on our previous show leading off. So I had to check for him to see how Hoy is doing with the Pirates, and his average actually ticked down to 267. So he's coming down to earth. But yeah, you love seeing those kind of things. So yeah, there you go. Rob Refsnyder, Tommaso, Martay, our most recent losers that we pay homage to on a player to be named later. Good stuff, Thomas.
There we go. Smooth transition.
Boy. That's it. Our show is now over forever. We will see you never. No,
forever.
We'll see you next week.
See you.
Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch. Tom will be live once again from his remote Studio 54 in the Shore. I don't know what we're renaming the studio. I guess we should rename it like Studio Situation or something. I don't know.
I don't think.
Situation.
I don't think so. I am probably going to Seaside at some point, though. I do love me some Seaside.
All right, man. Gonna tear it up at Jay's? Little headliner?
No, God, no.
No?
I'm gonna get some delicious. I'm gonna get some delicious pizza.
Okay.
I might pop into Spicy's, get a couple drinks, play some boardwalk games, maybe win some Swedish fish. Have myself a good old time.
You enjoy some delicious pizza. I'll enjoy some delicious orchards over in Colts Neck because it's fall season and I want a damn fucking apple cider donut because I'm ready to go.
We gotta go remote there.
There you go. I'm down. Little Fox Hollow Vineyard after. I'm all in the mood, man. Get my fucking Uggs ready. It's fall. I don't care. I don't care if the date says August 16th. All right. We'll see you here next week, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch. Another episode of Savage in the Bronx. Take care, folks.